How's it going, YouTube? It's me, Pro Reactor. I know I changed my name. I told I'm gonna change the last video. But today, we'll be reacting to top 15 craziest animal invasions caught on camera. Now, I'm gonna transition to all scary stuff, so bear with me. Yeah, there. Well, hey, I'm gonna start this now.
Our love for animals knows no boundaries.
Like, subscribe.
But there are some boundaries that we need to keep if we want to live a long life. Am I right? I mean, some animals are better kept at a distance. Otherwise, they could come and attack us, or maybe even eat us. I really don't know. All I know is that there are animals out there that I'd never want to mess with.
Okay.
Today's video is all about crazy animal invasions. We're going to look at some pretty unlucky, or maybe lucky, depends on how you look at it, people who had some very aggressive animals who came face to face with each other in very unfortunate but probably funny circumstances. Our first entry is, it's a pool party. Bears are the type of animals that look cute, but that we also want to stay away from for very good reason, especially when we go camping. After all, the forest is their home, so if we go spend the night there, we have to be ready in case we run into them. But in this video, the bears are the ones invading someone's home. And it's not like they were looking for food. Apparently, they just wanted to have fun and a good swim. I bet you $10 it was a pretty hot day. You can even see them playing around with the toys while jumping in and out of the pool. One of them's even trying to get on a floaty. I would love to play with them, but yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Bears only. Our next entry is the deer that was lost. Some of us wake up surrounded by our dogs, cats, birds, maybe even cows and chickens if we live on a farm. But the family in this video woke up to a deer. The poor animal was so scared that as soon as the family saw him, the deer started to look for a way out of the house. Unfortunately, he was in such a rush that he fell ill inside a pool and was having a hard time trying to get out. It seems like the people in the video were eager to help, but not before taking some photos and videos of this unexpected visitor. You can kind of tell that the poor deer is more scared than the people. Our next entry is swimming with an elephant. Would you swim right next to an elephant? Well, sometimes you don't got a choice, kind of like the people in this video who were peacefully taking in the sun and enjoying a nice swim when out of nowhere an elephant showed up. We all know that elephants are quite harmless. They're herbivores, so we're not part of their diet. However, seeing an animal this huge at a very close distance can easily make anyone feel threatened and scared. Thankfully, though, this elephant only wanted to drink water. After all, it seems like that pool was the only place in the area where he was able to get what he needed.
Don't mind me, I'm just taking a sip.
Our next entry is caught in the act. Foxes are cute, and some people even adopt them as pets. But we gotta admit that they're normally considered wild animals. And if you got a farm, they can come to eat your chickens even if you live in an urban area. Kinda like the fox in this video, who was ready to have a very good meal before getting caught by the cameras. What's funny about this video is the way the fox reacted. He looks right into the camera and freezes, looking a bit guilty and unable to do his next move. The people recording the video seem pretty fascinated about his visit, but I don't think they'd be that excited if they got in there a bit later. That fox looked hungry for those chickens. Our next entry is let them in. You might think that locking your door is enough to keep animals and other intruders away. When it comes to animals, you should never take their intelligence for granted. When this bear found the door locked, he just stood up on his paws and opened the door himself. I guess it was extremely cold outside.
And I mean, your refrigerator.
And then there are these other two bears that went inside a house as well, opened the fridge and made themselves comfortable.
Hey, you ain't
Our
gonna do
next
nothing.
entry is share your breakfast. Sharing is caring, and when it comes to Fruit Loops, it seems like there are a couple of friends out there who'd like you to share your food with them. Kinda like this raccoon who decided to join this girl for breakfast. The girl and the person behind the camera freaked out when they saw the animal. The girl ended up dropping her bowl and ran away, and when she left, the raccoon decided to call another friend, and both of them had the meal of their lives. Nothing goes to waste when these animals are around. Our next entry is a comfy place. We all do our best to keep our homes as comfy as possible, but it is good to keep in mind that animals also like comfy places, and if your place meets their expectations, they might want to stay with you. Just look at this possum. He climbs down from the roof beams whenever he wants to visit his human friends. At some point, he decided the bed was a good place to rest, so he always uses it whenever the owner is not around. And it seems like more possums are living up there as well. I thought only one of them dares to come down. Otherwise, the people in this house are going to have to look for another place to live. Our next entry is Let It Sleep. Whether we like it or not, there's always that one small animal that's likely to invade our home. The people in this video tried to wake up the bat hoping that it would fly away. However, the bat woke up only to hiss at the people and scare them away. That place might be somebody's home, but the bat came to stay, and it's only going to leave whenever he feels like it.
I don't know what I'll do. I had to shoot.
You were in Arizona, you wouldn't last. You gotta deal with the rattlesnakes hissing at you. Our next entry is looking
2, 1, over.
for friends.
Looking for friends.
Polar bears live in the coldest parts of the world, in places where not many humans dare to go. I guess that's why it makes sense that these bears become curious whenever there are people around them. Kinda like the bear in this video, who walked all the way to these people's home only to see what they were up to. But of course, they kept the doors closed. The bear might seem friendly, but we all know what can happen if they ever let him in.
You said, hey,
Our next entry is a monster in the house.
It's tough.
Some animals tend to become very territorial, even if they know they're inside someone's house. Just look at this monitor lizard walking around the house without having anything to worry about. The owner of the house tries to chase the wizard away, but he does not dare come too close to the animal. There are honestly a ton of videos online of different cases in which lizards like this one broke inside people's houses. One of them even went inside a supermarket and climbed on some shelves while looking for food. Honestly, there's nothing that's going to stop animals like these when they're hungry, whether we want them to or not. Our next entry is difficult neighbors. You ever had a difficult neighbor? Kinda like the ones who make a lot of noise at night and interrupt your sleep, or the ones who steal your food, kinda like these baboons in South Africa. For 3 years, these baboons made a home on top of an apartment complex in Cape Town. It was annoying to the residents, to say the least, because the animals pretty much started acting like gangsters, breaking into people's homes whenever they were hungry to get whatever food was available. And I guess the people in the building got annoyed because these guys would just sit, chill, and steal while the residents were working hard for their food. Pretty easy life there. Get to reap the rewards and do none of the work. Our next entry is comfy on the couch. Humans are not the only ones who love to sleep on a comfy couch. This baby seal traveled across the cold roads of New Zealand and went through a cat flap to finally rest on this couch. I bet it was a nice surprise for whoever found this cute animal. However, animal experts warn us against visitors like this one. Apparently, baby seals can bite, and we do have to deal with them very carefully if we don't want to get hurt. This baby seal was finally returned to its natural habitat after a good nap on that sofa, hopefully with minuscule biting. Our next entry is a gifted visitor. Sometimes animals invade our homes for reasons we would never expect. This bear was probably looking for food, but after roaming around the house, the only interesting thing he found was the piano. He played a few notes and then he gave up. Some music lessons might be in order to improve his skills, but the story of a bear playing the piano sounds crazy enough. But I guess this is pretty normal in a place like Colorado. Now it's time for the day's best pick. It's an alligator invasion. You ever heard of something like that? I'll get ready for a crazy story with an early visit. A couple of years ago, a woman in Florida woke up at 3 in the morning after hearing a loud crash. She went downstairs for some wine, and what she found in her kitchen was a 10-foot alligator. Apparently, the alligator found a way in through one of the windows. The animal kept walking around the house, knocking over furniture and destroying the place. And that's probably the noise that made the woman go downstairs. She had to call 911 as soon as she saw the creature. After all, it's not that easy to get rid of the alligator on your own. This type of invasion is quite common in Florida and other parts of the US, but this lady gets the prize. Not many people wake up early in the morning to find something like this. Before we move on, do me a favor. My analytics show that only about 15% of you watching are actually subscribed. Come on guys, what's up with that? Can you guys please hit the subscribe button? You guys watch my videos every day anyway, so you might as well subscribe and keep up to date with every video we put out.
Yeah, I guess.
Our next entry is the lion in the kitchen. It all happened when a woman was making breakfast, and then all of a sudden, a lion broke into her home. She immediately locked the puma inside the room and called the local authorities. When they saw the animal, they concluded that the puma seemed domesticated, so it was probably someone's pet. Either way, I don't think some people would enjoy having breakfast next to this animal, especially after seeing how it trashed the house. But hey, the lion didn't harm anyone, thankfully. In the end, the puma was sedated and taken to Chile's National Zoo for a proper checkup. Have you ever found a crazy animal in your home? What would you do if you ever saw any of these creatures in your room?
Well, I hope y'all
Chase
enjoyed.
them
That
out,
was,
would you call for help, or would you just
I want to do what
Let us know in the comment section down below. With all that said and done, that's
Like,
our
share,
video for today,
subscribe.
folks, and I will
know my
see
name
you all
changed, so-
next time. Later, everybody.
But should be back with a video hopefully today. If not, I'll try to get one when I can. Should I stream scary games on here? Let me know in the comments. Give me 2 likes, 3 likes. Hey, let me know. But I'm out.